Have your neighbors ever called the cops on you for something ridiculous? My neighbor Janet completely lost her mind when I started fostering senior dogs last year. She claimed my illegal dog sanctuary was violating every city code imaginable, even though I only had 3 elderly rescues who spent most of their days napping on my couch. It all started when I adopted Benny, a blind 12-year-old beagle whose family surrendered him when he developed diabetes. Then came Rosie, an arthritic golden retriever whose owner passed away. And finally Murphy, a deaf terrier mix who just needed someone to love him in his final years. Janet made it clear from day one that she disapproved. She'd stand at her fence taking pictures whenever I let them out in my backyard. She called the city 3 times claiming I was running an unlicensed boarding facility. Each time, inspectors came out, saw 3 sleepy old dogs, and left. Last month, she finally escalated things. I was outside on my porch giving evening medications to all 3 dogs. Benny needed his insulin shot. Rosie got arthritis pills wrapped in cheese, and Murphy required eye drops for his glaucoma. He's Alex too, on your leading norm. Oh, I harshed throughout as well, but he gathered around me like furry patients waiting their turn. Even did he always went first, because he was the most patient. Then Rosie who would do anything for cheese, and Murphy last because he couldn't hear me calling anyway. That's when Janet appeared at our shared fence with her phone out, recording everything. I'm documenting this illegal veterinary operation, she announced loudly enough for the whole block to hear. This woman is practicing medicine without a license. Poor Benny got spooked by her sudden shouting and bumped into my fence post. Rosie started barking, which she rarely did anymore, and Murphy just looked confused about why everyone seemed upset. Janet, I'm just giving them their prescribed medications, I tried explaining calmly. That's what they all say, she snapped back, still filming. I'm calling the authorities right now. She marched inside and called 911. I could hear her through her open window claiming she'd witnessed me injecting animals with unknown substances and performing unauthorized medical procedures on multiple dogs. 30 minutes later, 2 police officers pulled up. Janet practically sprinted outside with her phone, waving it around like she'd caught a major criminal. Officers, thank goodness you're here. Janet started dramatically. I've been documenting this woman's illegal veterinary practice for weeks. Tonight, I finally got proof. The younger cop watched her footage while the older one looked around my yard. 3 ancient dogs were now napping in a pile on my porch like furry throw pillows. Ma'am, the young officer said slowly, what exactly did you witness that concerned you? Janet played her video triumphantly. The shaky footage clearly showed me sitting on my porch steps, squirting liquid medicine into Benny's mouth while he sat calmly beside me, then giving Rosie a pill wrapped in cheese, and finally putting drops in Murphy's cloudy eyes. Both officers watched the entire video in silence, and they looked at each other. Then at Janet, then back at the video. This is a woman giving her dogs medicine, the older officer said flatly. Like when you give your kid Tylenol. But she's not a veterinarian, Janet protested. She could be giving them anything. I held up 3 prescription bottles from my porch table. Officer, these are all prescribed by Dr. Martinez at Sunset Animal Hospital. Insulin for diabetes, arthritis medication, and glaucoma drops. The younger cop picked up 1 bottle and read the label. This is just Rimadyl. My mom gives this to her old lab. Janet's confident expression started cracking. Well, how was I supposed to know that? The older officer sighed deeply. Ma'am, pet owners give their animals prescribed medication every single day. This is completely normal and legal. But she has 3 dogs, Janet insisted weakly. So do lots of people, he replied. Unless you have evidence of actual animal abuse or neglect, this isn't a police matter. Janet's face went bright red as both officers walked back to their car without taking any kind of report. She stood in her yard clutching her phone while they drove away, probably realizing how ridiculous she'd just made herself look. Now she pretends I don't exist when we're both outside, which honestly makes caring for my 3 senior foster dogs so much more peaceful.